Hi guys and welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade. My name's Hayley for anyone that's new, and this is what we ate last week. So we've got tonkatsu, homemade tonkatsu, which is stuffed pork covered in panko and some rice. And then I made a chilli, a mild one for the kids, because I was out all day, so it was easy enough. And I gave them a rice. And shockingly they ate it. One of my favourites, which we don't have very often, corned beef hash with a nice runny egg on top. Then jacket potatoes, loaded with cheese, then covered with fish in butter sauce. Rice again, with homemade curry, chicken curry, using the Mayflower sauce. Everyone in the house enjoys that sauce. Don't mind my hand, daughter's been at it again with her henna. So I've got a nice piece of gammon. This was really nice. This is what we had yesterday. So I simmer mine with bay leaves and peppercorns. And I simmer it for about 2 hours. This was 2.2 kilo gammon. This looks like it's new packaging on the Tesco stuffing, which is better. So I'm just making up my stuffing like I usually do, boiling water. I know some people use cold water, but I think the hot water works better, it softens it quicker. And on my hand she's done a little dagger, and it says, "What's your favourite scary movie?" underneath. So I'm just doing some tender stem. We like to have plenty of veg on a Sunday. And we've been able to get some parsnips and some corn, shockingly. It looks like I do a lot of veg, and I do, but I would say 95% of it always gets used on Sunday. Looks a lot for 4 people, but if you're going to pile your plate up, you may as well pile it up with vegetables. And Caitlin usually goes back for any tender stem or carrots that are left. So I'm just doing Steve's parsnips. These are just chuck onto the roasting tray with the roast potatoes. Halfway through cooking the roast potatoes. Actually got a good sized cabbage delivered. It's shocking. Usually the size of apples. I only used half of this. I chopped up this full piece, but I used half of it, and then I've just saved the other half. There's no point cooking it just to waste it, so... That fly you just seen, oh my god. We've been chasing it around the house with one of them electric swatters, and it still exists. The curse of living next to open fields. We seem to get more flies in the summer. So yeah, I saved the other half, and I'll use that in something else in the week. Like I say, we've got some corn. I do prefer frozen corn because it's only about 20 pence more expensive, but you get 2.5 times as much. So now I've had enough and I'm leaning. I always measure how many roast potatoes by that large measuring jug there. Usually always fill it. So the stuffing has cooled down. If you're not going to use it straight away, make sure your stuffing's cooled down. And I added in the pork and apple sausages. Best tool in the kitchen. Your mix. Let me know, any of you. I know Craig has, but let me know, any of you, if you've tried adding pork and apple sausages into your sausage. Into your sausage? Well, that'd be something, wouldn't it? Pork and apple sausages into your stuffing. Or if you already do that anyway. I only used to do it at Christmas, but I got a taste for it now, so. We always have leftover of these. And they're used, I won't say used because they're not. They're picked out of the fridge in the week and eaten cold with a sandwich. That's why I always do so many. We definitely do not eat all of these at dinner time. So the ham is done. The gammon, whatever you want to call it. And I was quite surprised. Usually they shrink loads. This didn't shrink too much. There was that fly again. Booming thing. So I'm taking the netting off because I want to cut that outer layer of fat off. I do not like the fat on gammon. I know a lot of people do. They like to leave a thin layer of it. I cannot stand fat on gammon. Or fat on joints of meat, really. So I'm just covering it with honey. And I roasted it, and there it is. It's not burnt, it's just because of the sugars in the honey. And I baked it for 35 minutes. So the usual way I do my roast potatoes. And they were very nice, stayed crispy. These are Maris Pipers. There is not a lot of oil running out of this bottle. I know it looks like I'm pouring tons on, but there is not a huge amount of oil running out of this bottle. The pull cap is still on it. And there is Sunday dinner. Ham was, or gammon, whichever, was absolutely beautiful. And the dog, whose plate is just behind. Enjoyed hers very much. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Chat to me down in the comments. Let me know how you're all doing. Don't forget to like the video on the way out. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.